from a place where dog eat dog. Me know about living bad. From my barn, me see people a starve. Vendor get beat by Sarge, it hurt me hard.
Parish of St. James has seen rising levels of criminality as murders, shootings, extortion, illicit drugs, illegal guns, a lot of scamming and general lawlessness have gone to record levels. Over 335 murders were committed in the parish last year, and already we have seen 7 murders over the first 20 days.
I want to welcome everybody to the Gramma Podcast, and I repeat, the Gramma Podcast, with your host with the most, Stamma Gramma. For all those who don't know me, you can either Google me or I will give you a little background information about myself. Real name is Michael Williams. I was born in Jamaica, grew up in Tavern Papine, went to Jamaica College, migrated to the United States in 2008. So when I migrated to the United States, I had so much love for dancehall that I still wanted to pursue a career in dancehall music. So I continued to follow my dreams, and I was very active in dancehall since 2010 while attending college at the same time. You see me? But one of the biggest obstacles I face pursuing music is taking on too many roles, and I believe that was the main reason why I never made it in music to the position where I wanted to be. Let me explain a little details about what I talk about. So when I was pursuing music, right? Well, I had too many functions. I never had a team with team that prioritized one goal. I was wearing too many hats. I was doing too many things. I was being my own manager. I was being my own publicist, graphic designer, website designer, blah blah blah. You see me? I never had the money to hire anyone to take on those tasks on my behalf. So that was one of the biggest reasons that I think I never made it to the point where I wanted to make it, cause get a youth ambitious though. So let me tell you a little more about me anyway. In my own opinion, without being bashful, I think I'm one of the most impactful dancehall contributors over the past couple of years. Responsible for influencing the Vendetta brand. Yes, that same Vendetta brand that Akla is running with right now. That was invented by me on the dancehall scene per se. That brand, the mask, the stylistic patterns, everything that came from my idea. But it looked like Alkaline took a hit idea and turned it into a hit brand. Just like how Jay-Z took a hit line and turned it into a hit song from Nas. You see me? I just want to make everybody know that me no hold no grudges against Alkaline for that. You see me? Because he followed his path. He probably did better with the idea than I could have done. So may I be honest right there, because he's a very talented artist. So no hate right there, but I just giving you the facts. Zane, so I face a lot of burden, I face a lot of obstacles while pursuing music, and everybody knows that the music industry is a very hard place, especially when you're located in America and you're trying to do dancehall. That's one of the hardest things to do. Plus, my dog at school, I graduated with a computer science degree, and I was pursuing music at the same time. I never had no financial backing from anyone. I backed myself financially. Plus, I lived at my own at the age of 20. So just imagine that. A little youth forward from Jamaica just reached foreign. And there's so much opportunities here, but I still wanted to pursue music. You don't know, I love dancehall. I will always love dancehall. I will always have something in my heart for dancehall, you see me? So, I always believe in a dancehall, and I always want to uplift dancehall, and anything I can do to contribute to the upliftment of dancehall, I will continue to do. But anyways, it was very hard when I was an artist. I have a lot of regrets. Considering the music, we could do a lot more, I think, considering the music quality. Since I wore so many hats, I think the quality of my music, the music never got the time that it needed. and the direction and the guide that they needed. Because I never had a guide, never even had a manager, I never had somebody who was grooming me to be an artist, somebody who is experienced. So I think back then I could have taken on the world by myself, but no man is an island. But anyways, I'm responsible for influencing the Vendetta brand. I'm also responsible for bringing the scamming theme into dancehall. So I'm now go stay right here and proclaim that I invented scamming or that I was a scammer. I'm not saying none of these things, so don't bash me in the comment section. I am saying that I was the first person in dancehall to sing a song about scamming, but it was a parody song. It was not a serious song like Scammer Them Day and a Brick Pan Brick and them song. It was more of a parody, but I was the first dancehall artist to do it. And that is one of the things that I am not proud of, by the way. I also wore many hats while I was active in dancehall. I was a very instrumental writer in dancehall, aka journalist. I would not give myself the title of journalist because I never went to school for it. I was a very impactful writer in dancehall. I contributed 8 stories that went front page to the Jamaica Star. And based on the feedback from the chief editor from the Jamaica Star, those stories were not published based on bribes or favoritism. They were published based on merit. So big up yourself, the chief editor of the Jamaica Star. I mean, I remember his name right now. But anyways, I was also known for my famous war of words with Tommy Lee Sparta during the inception of my career. And I was also known to be troublesome, always causing havoc, very controversial. This is the true elevation of a man. We have to live, we have to learn, we have to improve as a person. So right now you have the humble Stamma Gramma. So I just want to welcome everybody again to the Gramma Podcast. I want to start off this podcast first by giving thanks to God. I want to give him thanks for inspiration, thanks for life, health and strength and any incoming wealth. Hard times make a strong man. A strong man makes hard times easy, but a weak man can never survive hard times. The first topic I'm going to talk about today in this episode titled A Place Where Dawg Eat Dawg. And that place I'm referring to is Jamaica. First topic today on the menu is based on the artist called Quada. This is the artist that come from the Unruly Camp. Best known for his song Hail, the hit song that I very much like. Quada is a bad artist, a very very bad artist. In my opinion, he has a style similar to Bounty Killer. Not in his delivery, but in the pitch of his voice. I also compare Quada to Shan Dizzy. Who remember him? Where is he? The last time I heard from him was when Massacre banished him to the Shadow Realm. Any Yu-Gi-Oh fans listening, you will understand the analogy. Shadow Realm is where a player would go when they lost a battle in Yu-Gi-Oh. So Quada, the 23-year-old rising superstar, real name Shagil Clark, in my opinion, one of the most underrated artists and one of the breakthrough artists of 2019. He's suspected in the murder of the young youth of 20 years old from, I don't remember the community where he come from, but I know his name is Miguel Williams. He holds the same last name as me. Quada is suspected to be involved in a mob killing that set the youth on fire, allegedly. Murder him, then set him on fire. We don't know in which sequence the activities them were done, but me know say that happened. But anyways, that was what was reported by various sources, by Zip 103 FM, the Jamaica Star, the Jamaica Observer, and other reliable sources in Jamaica. So it's no fake news. But this is a dilemma, Zine, because we know that Jamaica is not a place that is known for its upstanding justice department or justice system. Jamaica is known worldwide as one of the most violent places in the world, as small as Jamaica is, and I love Jamaica to my heart. But me have to speak facts. My podcast is about facts. Jamaica is one of the most violent places in the world. Jamaica is also one of the nicest places in the world. One of the most chill, relaxing places in the world. When you're there at Jamaica, you feel no pain, like Bob Marley says. When you're there at Jamaica, everything airy, and me nah just say that because that is our slang for tourism. You really feel airy when you're in Jamaica. It's like nothing no bother you. You come from foreign with all these bills and all these problems. But when you're there at Jamaica, nothing no bother you. But we can't stray from the facts. Jamaica needs rebuilding. Jamaica needs help. Jamaica needs support. Jamaica needs education. The youth them from the inner city need to be more educated. They need to get more education. Jamaica needs opportunities. We need work. We need schools. We need playground. We need facilities for musicians to teach musicians how to better themselves, how to manage their career. We need facilities in Jamaica that offer additional jobs, that offer trades, that offer other occupation that the older class is not privy to, like YouTubers, stuff like that. People can actually start institutions that teach people how to be YouTubers, bloggers, because you have a lot of people in Jamaica right now making money from blogging, from YouTubing, from all type of thing, because they think outside the box, because Jamaica don't have many opportunities. People have to find other necessary means to survive, and me not blame them. So Quada, right? Big rising star from out of the unruly camp. Put some respect on unruly camp name. That's a fraternity in the dancehall that's headed by Popcorn, the big Popcorn. Second to only Vybz Kartel as the #1 artist in Jamaica. In my opinion, it's reported that Miguel Williams is actually a mentally challenged youth who grew up in the community, who is suspected of raping and killing a girl. So what is happening right here, what allegedly happened, was jungle justice. And jungle justice, in my opinion, is when the people of a community take matters into their own hand. When people ignore the law of the land and execute their own ideologies and their own intentions. What happened was a vigilante move. It's almost like Batman, because Batman is a vigilante. Batman is a character from the DC comics. He's known to take matters into his own hands, because he's known to inflict his own type of punishment that he feels is necessary. So we can compare what happened or what allegedly happened in Quada's situation to Batman. So let me ask you a question in the comment section. Do you believe in jungle justice? Do you believe that we must take matters into our own hands? Do you believe in the justice system? Do you believe in due process? Well, my opinion is, me not believe that people for take matters into their own hands, because if we take matters into our own hands, this world will become an anarchy, and none of us want that, because if this world become an anarchy, we won't have any control, we won't have any organization, we surely won't have any justice. So I'm not here to speculate about Quada and to assume what happened. The only thing I will say is I hope he's not convicted of this crime, because we know when get a superstar, i.e. Vybz Kartel, get convicted of the crime, them do a lot of time. But Quada is a very good artist, and he was on a very good trajectory to success. He was already successful and he was progressing by the day. He has a few hit songs in the charts, hit songs in the streets. Very, very good artist. Me rate the artist. You see me? So I just wish him all the best in his endeavors. I also want to wish the family of the deceased Miguel Williams, I want to send them my condolences. But what will the impact be if Quada is convicted? There was an update today that stated that Quada was granted a $500,000 bail. That's in Jamaican currency, I think. But he was granted bail today, and we will keep you updated concerning the date of his trial and any updates concerning his situation. Right? So the next thing we want to talk about today is the one and only Vybz Kartel. There's so much things that people say about Vybz Kartel. People say he's the king. Some haters say them for throw him in a bin. Some haters love that he's locked up, incarcerated. But what me come for say today is nothing but the truth. The uncensored truth, the unfiltered truth. Whether you like it or not. Whether Kartel is guilty or not. I believe, and I strongly, firmly believe that Kartel is the greatest dancehall artist of all time. And I said this before, and I'm gonna say this again. Artist has been incarcerated for 8 years. 8 years in jail, and he has ran dancehall from out of prison for 8 years. Can you believe that? Somebody I run the dancehall scene, a very competitive scene with 1 million artists. And he's in jail and him a do better than all of the artists them. We have them freedom, we can go to studio at any time of the day or any time of the night. Work ethic, that's greatness. Kartel, in my opinion, just represents everybody in Jamaica. Kartel represents the uptown youth, the inner city youth, the youth in the project, the doctors, the lawyers, the garbage man. Vybz Kartel has so much variety. Him sing song about everything. He's an amazing artist, and I have to pledge my honor to him because as black people, we don't like to celebrate greatness, you know. We always wait until somebody die before we start to say good things about them. Now I follow the route. May I give Kartel my honor right here in this podcast. My first podcast has a very controversial statement. Vybz Kartel is the greatest dancehall artist of all time. His lyricism, his potency, his variety. He's an amazing artist. His character, his enthusiasm, songwriting ability. Look how much artists the youth boss. Look on Popcorn. Popcorn is larger than life right now. Who boss Popcorn? Vybz Kartel? But let's talk about some more serious things considering Vybz Kartel, right? Vybz Kartel has been incarcerated for 8 years in the Jamaican justice system. And what I would like to say, or this is my beliefs. My belief is that Kartel is a trophy for the justice system of Jamaica. They made an example out of him, and now them a try to do the same with Quada. Kartel represented what Jamaica's government hate. He represents the ghetto youth who made it from nothing to something. The ghetto youth who is brave, bold, wild, who don't react to command, who is his own person, has his own personality, style. He's flamboyant. Sometimes he's dark. Sometimes he represents the light. Sometimes him sing about evil. A lot of times him sing about good. He's the yin and the yang. He's the Tupac of dancehall. He is what Tupac is to hip hop. And we in Jamaica is like this Jamaican government just want to kill great men. They don't want to build great men. They want to kill them. Because every time I hear something else, consider it some type of celebrity in Jamaica that them get caught up in legal trouble and all this and all that. But when politicians in Jamaica get suspected for certain crimes, they always get away scotch-free. But just notice when they get to youth them and the artists them, youth them from the inner city get caught up, there's a very small success rate. Most of the time they may end up in jail. Look at Ninja Man, pan Vybz Kartel, look pan Jacure, and there's many more. So Vybz Kartel was incarcerated by the Jamaican government to set an example. Them never want somebody like that to be out free, to be influencing the youths. I will say my piece, and I will be honest and say, when Vybz Kartel was in his prime years in 2011, Vybz Kartel was going in a direction that I think was dangerous because he was representing this larger than life figure and he was acting like he was invincible. For example, during his last years free, Vybz Kartel went at the electric company in Jamaica, and that is a scary thing to do. There is only one electric company in Jamaica. So Kartel must have thought that he was bigger than life to be challenging those people. I never call them name. But during his last weeks, months, or year free, he did a lot of things that were, you could say, unusual. He did a lot of things that would rub certain people the wrong way, especially the people of high society. So ever since Vybz Kartel started to stir the pot in Jamaica, he had a target on his back, and the Jamaican government was not going to give up until they succeed. Because one thing enough for knowing, you can't defeat the government. You could be the biggest superstar, the biggest rapper, the biggest dancehall artist, the biggest wrestler, the biggest boxer. Could be the biggest personality there is. You just can't defeat the government. You can't defeat the government. There's no way around it. Tell me somebody that has ever defeated the government. Martin Luther King, dead. Malcolm X, dead. Tupac, dead. Everybody who has tried, everybody who has sacrificed themselves, sacrificed them life to defend poor people, to stand up for justice, to speak out, to be a revolutionary, all of them dead. Bob Marley, dead. Harriet Tubman, dead. the whole of them dead. You feel me? So one thing you have to understand, the government in any particular country is very, very dangerous. They're the all-seeing eye. So Vybz Kartel in this predicament, it's very hard for me to think about an outcome where Vybz Kartel is free. And I know this is going to be sad news for a lot of people listening, but I'm just stating the facts. I can't see where Vybz Kartel is going to be free. Another personnel who accused him of something, he's up against the Jamaican government. And I don't see Vybz Kartel defeating the Jamaican government. Because number one, he don't have more money than the government. That's number one. So it's a very hard task to defeat that government. Especially when Jamaica is corrupted in every department. They're corrupted in the justice system. Everything corrupt Jamaica. And everybody know this. I've experienced this. And I'm sure millions of other people experience the corruption in Jamaica. Once you have a little money in Jamaica, once you have a little clout, a little influence, once you have a little connection in Jamaica, you can get things done. It's not like America where it's very difficult to bribe any government official, to bribe anybody that's working for the government, to bribe anybody that has some type of influence that can help you to get something executed. It's very difficult to bribe anybody here. But in Jamaica, bribing people is the norm. So if you ask me if Vybz Kartel will be free, that's a long shot. I don't think so. He's my favorite artist and I rate him to the ground, but I just have to state the facts. This is not no biased opinion, nor is this my emotion speaking for me. I just think based upon the odds that he's up against, based upon the enemy, which is the Jamaican government that he's up against, I don't think he's gonna be successful. Alright, so that was it for our first episode of the Gramma Podcast. And I repeat, the Gramma Podcast, sponsored by Dre Dreams. You know it's Stamma, your host with the most. And just give me some feedback in the comment section. Tell me what you think. And based upon the performance of this first video, I will release a second video. But the title of this video is A Place Where Dawg Eat Dawg. And for all those who don't know, that's a line from Popcorn's earlier breakout song called Dream that was produced by Not Nice Records. So anybody who don't have your dancehall history intact, just go research that song or look it up on YouTube. A very, very nice song. I'm from a place where dog eat dog. Me know about living way hard. So until next time, the Gramma Podcast. Big up on yourself. Strength, blessings, and incoming wealth for all my listeners. Sila.
Holy Emmanuel I Selassie I Rastafari.